Hey guys, welcome back. So, Legacies Season 2, Episode 8. That was kind of crazy. I didn't expect a lot of the twists and turns that they had this episode. That big reveal at the end, I'm not sure how I feel about that exactly. I do think it's interesting and kind of funny, honestly, but still in like an interesting way that like I'm behind it. If you guys do go and like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Yeah, so this episode, right off the bat, so I'm just gonna be perfectly honest, I hadn't realized that Clark was actually back. Like, I wasn't completely sure from last episode, like, how that whole thing worked, so I was genuinely surprised seeing him come back. Which was awesome, because I love Clark. He's one of my favorite villains. Like, I would say he's in my top 3, at least. He's right up there with Klaus, and not to say he's like that level, but like that's where I would put him as, in my opinion. So yeah, seeing him come back was great because it was an unsuspected surprise for me, and it just him. I'm gonna rant about this a little bit just throughout, but like him and Hope, I really enjoy their relationship, so I really hope they didn't kill him off. Spoiler alert. Kill him off in the end of the episode, because that would just be such a tragedy, in my opinion. Like, why would you kill off one of, like, the great villains of the season? Anyway, get back on track. The magical Christmas fun time, and I'm just gonna say it right now, Caleb was honestly one of my favorite parts of the episode. Him interacting with Hope was awesome. I thought it was hilarious. Just every time he was on scene, I found myself smiling. And again, someone who loves Christmas, this episode's awesome. I'm gonna watch this episode probably on Christmas Eve, maybe even on Christmas. Maybe it's just like my nostalgia Christmassiness, but like I just genuinely love this episode. So Alaric being back, like when he first entered in, well, I'll talk about those 2 different points. Alaric coming back, I think, was great for the episode in general. My first thought, though, when he knows some weird magic hoodoo is going on, and his first immediate reaction is to immediately drink the eggnog, or the cocoa, or whatever it was. Why? You have dealt with enough magical stuff at this point. Don't do that. Again, all this stuff with Caleb and his giddiness and even though it was a spell, eventually, that we realize is what's causing it. Just still, I enjoyed seeing it all, like, fun and happy and, like, Christmas. Lizzie's own little adventure once she realized that everyone's all been whammied and done the magic thing. I thought that was great, her getting her own little adventure with Sebastian. I really did enjoy that. Hope being a Grinch in general, I understand why she would be like that. Christmas in the Michelson house, I mean, it's not exactly the best, given her situation, how she doesn't really have anyone. So, like, I understand why she would, and also, of course, like, she knows the fact that, it's, like, underneath dark, like, there's something bad coming from it. But just seeing her like that, I mean, it's understandable why she would react like that. Again, her and the Clark scenes, I love it. I love seeing him on screen. I love their relationship they've been building. Not even in a romantic sense, but just in general, their relationship. I genuinely enjoy it. Whether it be friendship or just whatever that may be. I feel like doing just an entire separate video on Clark in general, just because I feel like he's such like a Klaus-like villain and just like a really broken, I feel for the character, and like I really would love to like analyze who he is more and just his character just overall. Let's see, Josie and Lizzie getting Damon's car, that shout out, oh god, I love that. I can't believe Damon gave away the car though. I mean, good for him. Oh wait, that also, I just wanted to point out that means Damon and Alaric stayed friends, or at least are on some level of friendship. And I really appreciate that. Like, that's great. I love the continuity, or not even the continuity, just, like, the fact that, like, it carried over, and I know I'm reading way too into, like, a throwaway line about Damon giving them the car on their 16th birthday, But just the fact that they stayed in touch and that Damon was still remains a part of their life, I really like it, and I'm really genuinely happy about that whole thing. Hope Blowing Up Christmas, that was so interesting to see, because sometimes you forget that, like, there are kids-ish there, and so when, I'm gonna forget his name, the little boy in the show, who is, I don't even know I want to say he's a witch, when she was, like, blowing up Christmas and just a sad look on that kid's face, I just feel so bad, because there are kids there, and I guess they still believe in Santa and Christmas, because they're still kids, even though magic exists in this world, vampires, werewolves, Santa is still a thing, so, like, yay, Hope, she just kind of, just told that kid Santa, even though we find out Santa is real. I know this is a random place to put this, but the fact that Legacies just confirmed that Santa Claus exists, like, in canon, in universe, is just awesome. Batshit crazy, but awesome. Come on. Alaric taking charge was awesome. I love seeing him in, like, the leadership role that he's made to be in, because that's who he is. He is Alaric, the leader, the badass, essentially, that's his thing. So when he, like, started taking charge a little bit, I appreciated that. Now, Clark getting attacked by Krampus, I did not expect, honestly. I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, Dad's here to the rescue, cool. But then when he started attacking, I kind of, I laughed a little bit, because, again, I see him as, like, I take him seriously, but at the same time, he's, like, a character villain that, like, I kind of, you take seriously, but you really don't a little bit, so just that whole interaction stuff, I couldn't help but laugh. And Hope to the rescue against poor Clark was great. Yeah, not really much to say there, just, like, Hope to the rescue, cool. It was Pedro. Pedro was his name. I have it here in my notes. With a wooden candy cane ready to kick at. Good for you, Pedro. He was, like, so done. I thought that was hilarious. Cool. I'd like to see more of that kid. He's a pretty good little actor on the show. Honestly, this is the point where I started, I don't want to say was leery about the episode, but just, it took a turn, and that is when Krampus was essentially, like, surrounded by the witches. I was like, cool, they're about to kick his butt, they're about to, and then I realized that there was still, like, a lot of episode left, and so when Santa came, and they had Santa versus Krampus, I honestly thought at first it was going to be that Santa was evil, and that it was just some ploy, and, like, I kept that attitude through a good portion of the rest of the episode, because I thought, like, there was no way they was going to end it with Santa versus evil, like, this is too crazy, too out there, but no, they kept it like that, like, Santa Claus was real, Santa, like, exists and kicked ass, like, good for you, Santa. So, like, when he ended up not being evil, I was like, awesome, that's awesome, that's kind of insanity I love about Legacies, that, like, we couldn't really get in, say, the Vampire Diaries. We get a little bit more in Legacies, but, like, the fact that they just did Santa versus Krampus and made it work, like, it was great to watch, and this may just be me fanboying over Christmas, but, like, I genuinely was interested and intrigued by the episode and how they handled that. Now, Lizzie and Sebastian, I don't know if I've done this before, but I kind of compare him to, like, a Klaus-like villain, or, like, a Damon. I feel like I compare every villain to Klaus. That's, like, my setting point. Sorry for the villains to come in the future. You have that to live up to. But yeah, he has a very dark-ish Damon Klaus vibe to him. And I don't know how I feel about him and Lizzie. I like him as a character, and I like Lizzie as a character. The two of them together, I can get with it for now, but, like, with this, I doubt they're gonna be together for, like, an extended period of time. I like it for what it is now. I can even appreciate it and enjoy their chemistry, because they do. I can definitely see the chemistry between that whole scene. It was a damn good scene between the two of them, but just as in keeping with the Vampire Diary lore, how long will it actually last is, like, the thing. But seeing their scene together was, like, pretty awesome, and just in general, I think it's funny that they did this all while Wow. Landon. Well, Landon was in the trunk. I just thought that was funny. Um, Again, I wrote down in my notes like a lot of Clark and Hope stuff, just because I really enjoy their relationship. I know I've said that a million times already, but like I would love to see more of that. And please, for the love of God, I know it's too late at this point, but give Clark a break. When he was on the phone with Hope, I could not help but feel like some serious Klaus vibes from like when he was talking about his father and different stuff like that, and how like he was like relating to them. Um, I just felt really bad for him, honestly. Like he didn't choose to have his dad be a jerk like that. Like he made some bad choices, and not even saying that like he redeemed technically, but like you feel for him. Now Lark back as headmaster. I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like they wrapped it up. I wish they would have saved that wrap up for something else toward like an ending thing, because him in the Indiana Jones hat and like going off to do his thing, picture perfect. I'm sorry, I'm probably not gonna be. I doubt anyone's gonna agree with me on that, but I thought that was great. Like his ending was good. He walked away. He got the approval of his daughters. So seeing him come back as headmaster, I absolutely love it. Like I love having him there. I know the character and the actor isn't going anywhere anyway, so it was a little crazy to think that he was going to be like out for that long. But seeing him return as headmaster, I was a little bit iffy at first, but I just enjoy him in that role so much that I did not care. So I was just like, awesome, he's back. It takes some getting used to, since again I really have that image in my head of him just walking away in the whole thing they did. But if they can actually make it, if in the future he goes away and they can top that, awesome. I just don't think they'll be able to. So we'll see how that works. For now, we have our headmaster back. Alaric is awesome and great. Thank goodness we have our guy back. Santa giving Caleb the car was amazing. Again, I would love to see more Caleb. I wasn't as appreciative of him toward the beginning, but as time goes on, I genuinely enjoy the character and want to see more of him. He just, again, in this episode, I liked seeing his happy attitude, his whole tattoo situation. Even after the curse was broken, he still like kept his Christmas spirit and stuff like that. And Santa gave him the car and was a good guy, which honestly, I swear I didn't expect it. At every point, I was just waiting for Santa, for like the turn of Santa to be like a bad guy and be like some other evil demon creature, which just shows like what the show is doing and like how it's setting things up. You don't really trust anyone, like you don't know what's going on. Okay, so Landon choosing Hope. Oh God, I am not even gonna lie. I cried when Josie cried. I got not even gonna lie, I got emotional when Clark was doing his speech, but like when Josie started crying, and his whole scene with Landon, I'm sorry, yeah, it brought tears to my eyes. And Josie deserves better. Please stop hurting her. She's been through so much this whole season, this whole like few seasons, sorry, 2 seasons. She's been through so much, and seeing her like get broken down so much, I feel like they're setting up like a really like a dark Josie storyline-esque situation. I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think, but like I feel like that's what they're going with. I could definitely see like it's the hints of it are there. So I can definitely see them doing that either before or after the merge, probably after, and like have that whole, maybe not even this season, but like have her go dark, full dark. I can see it happening. Now, Hope and Landon. He chose her. That is amazing. Hope got her Christmas wish. That is amazing. She's no longer alone. Not that she has family and stuff like that, and Josie too, and Lizzie. She has people. But she finally has Landon back. And that's amazing. I appreciate the relationship. I was one of those people who liked Josie and Landon together, honestly. But seeing Hope and Landon together genuinely made me so happy. And again, I teared up at Josie, I teared up at Hope, I teared up so much this episode. Again, maybe it's the Christmassy spirit feels getting to me, but like Hope and Landon, are amazing. Now, are they going to keep this relationship for the full series? If you look at the Vampire Diaries in general, the answer to that is no. However, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of Landon and Hope for as long as they give it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and they're gonna... That's endgame right there. End of story, Hope and Landon. But sticking with the fact that this is the Vampire Diaries series, don't exactly count on that. Would it be awesome? Yes. I just wouldn't exactly count on that. Now, as for that ending, Clark... I'm using air quotes on that one, is dead. And the pit is, I'm guessing, closed. How do I feel about that? I don't know. I feel they're going to bring him back, but if they do, it's not going to be like the version of him that we know, which is kind of sad. I felt like when he was doing that phone call, that was like an ending for him, for that character. So I feel like if they do bring him back, it's going to be like some twisted version or a version that we haven't seen. Like a different thing altogether, especially with the necromancer being involved. And honestly, the necromancer being like the main villain. Who would have saw that coming? The one who was essentially a throwaway joke. He was apparently pissed because he's now back for revenge. So like, is he working with Malivore? Is he now working against it because of like that no one took him seriously, so now he's just like out for revenge? What is going to happen with him? Well, the point is, he killed Clark, so you know he means. But when he comes back, over the break, and like we start getting hints of him, I look forward to seeing like what the character does, because at this point he means business. He's no longer gonna be not taken seriously. Like I feel like after this, like he officially makes it. He's a villain. Like before, he was kind of like a joking character, and I didn't even kind of take him seriously. Not gonna lie, I thought he was cool and stuff like that, but I just didn't really take him that seriously. But I do appreciate the bringing him back as like a serious villain that we know of so far. But yeah, I do look forward to that, especially when the break comes back and we get to see like how that all plays out, what version of Clark we're gonna see, and stuff like that. So yeah, that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do go on to enjoy, like any future videos that I do, please feel free to like and subscribe. Since it is currently winter break and most of these shows do not come back for a while, I will be doing reviews on Legacies. I will try to get caught up on that. I'm going to be doing a lot of like the CW. If it's on the CW, I'll probably do some kind of thing about it. I know primarily I've been focusing on Legacies. That's just because it's one of my favorite shows at this point in time. I'll be doing some like theory videos and stuff like that, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so you guys, and hope you enjoy any future videos that I put out. Bye.